Finally, there's a Bluetooth speaker out there that has this feature in it that I've been wanting for a very long time. I'll tell you what that is. Let's get started. G'day everyone, Lucas here from the Aussie Gamers Experience, and today I have a video for you all about the Divoom speaker that I have here. Now I think it's a Divoom Ditoo? Ditoo? It is a very, very strange company name and product name, but I like it. Divoom Ditoo. It's very strange. When you told people about it, they're like, oh yeah, I'm trying out this new Divoom Ditoo thing. And they're like, what did you just say? I think that's how you say it. It's probably wrong. I don't know, but whatever. We'll get through that. We'll ignore that. Well, here it is here. Now, the Divoom speaker that I have here was provided to me from Divoom themselves. So I want to point out that this review is all my opinion. I have entered into no agreement whatsoever to give them favorable comments, all of that sort of stuff. I've never actually had anybody offer me anything like that. That's not what this is. It's a review product. It is not a sponsorship or a paid ad or anything like that. So let's have a look at this thing. It is a retro style, like little old style, like an old school computer. But anyway, we'll unbox it. Inside this little container thing here, it basically comes with a bunch of stickers, a quality check pass there. It's also got some cool stickers and an instruction booklet. That will be important. Now, first of all, we'll start off with what exactly is this thing. Basically, down to its base core performance, it is a Bluetooth speaker. So a portable wireless speaker thing that you can pair up to your phone, computer like laptop, or basically anything, tablets, and get some boosted sound out of this thing. That's its core function. Now, but what it does differently is it has this, well, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, well, just my rough counting of the pixels there. It's got a 14 by 16 pixelated display on it that just cries retro awesomeness. The screen is nice and bright. It has plenty of colors. I don't know exactly how many colors it does display, but it shows quite a few. And you can have different displays on it for on your desktop, including the time, the date, the weather, your phone notifications, whether it be from Facebook or a phone call or an SMS, text message, or anything like that. It will display on this if you've got it supported by your phone. But what it will also do is you can play games on this thing. It has games including Tetris. We have like that, is it Breakout, or that one where you're the bar that goes along the bottom and hits the balls at the things up the top and the bricks disappear. It also has Flappy Bird. It has Flappy Bird as well, so you can play some small games on this. Now, this isn't the main attraction to the Ditoo, but it does have them in there, and it's quite nice. Now, aesthetically, this thing is actually pretty good looking. It's a glossy black finish on this one with some like actual like keyboard keys, I would describe them as, that actually make keyboard sounds when you press them. Now, not exactly the greatest thing in the world if you want to quickly sort of, if you use this as a bedside table clock, which I do because I love it for that. But if you're trying to adjust some things while your significant other is asleep, that can be a little bit annoying to the other person. However, you can adjust everything on here just using your mobile phone. So if you connect via Bluetooth, use the Divoom app, you can control it that way, which is a little bit more silent. Now, we will be doing a sound test. I'll do a sound test, play some music through the microphone in a short moment. However, I just want you to know, obviously, it's not going to sound the greatest coming through a microphone. That's not the best way to experience speakers, but it'll give you a little bit of an idea, and I'll give you my thoughts on it too. Okay, now battery life. Now this thing charges with one of the ports on the side, which is a USB Type-C connector. It does actually come with a short USB-C braided connector. It's USB Type-A to Type-C, so you can charge it using, you know, your mobile phone bricks or plug it into your computer or anything like that, you know. So That's pretty neat. The braided touch, that's neat as well. You can also put in a micro SD card into the side of the body there, which you can play music directly from. There is an on and off button on the side as well. If you hold that down, it will switch the system on and off, but you can also just quickly press it and it'll display your remaining battery, which is also pretty neat. Now, the customization on this thing is pretty vast. Now, you can have any sort of display picture you want on there. You can draw your own. You can download one from thousands that are already online to display, whether you want it to scroll through different pictures or just display one static image or show an animated GIF of an image as well. There's plenty of options in there and they all look pretty great on this pixelated display. Now, earlier when I'd said that you will definitely want the manual for this thing. Now, it isn't the most intuitive to use this thing, specifically when you're interacting using the keys on the front. I feel like the actual setup of what buttons do what can be a little bit confusing at times until you sort of use it for a little while and start to get used to it. Now, I've been using this for a few days now and I'm starting to get the hang of it, but even still I'm second guessing when I'm pressing something. Is that the right button? I don't know. Also, when it comes down to setting an alarm on this thing, make sure if you are mucking around with an alarm, set it for a time in the afternoon and test it, because I set an alarm for about 1:13 p.m. and then I thought I turned the alarm off. But for the last 3 days I've had this going off at 1:13 p.m. even though I thought I'd turned it off. I then went and read the instructions and I've followed the instructions, I guess at 1:13 p.m. today. It's currently 11:25 a.m. I'll find out whether or not I managed to turn the alarm off. I'm not holding my breath though. Now, at the start of this video, I kind of made a big deal about one specific feature that I've been wanting for a very long time in a Bluetooth speaker, and I've reviewed and I own quite a few of these little things, right? And there's one thing that none of them ever did, and it's quite a simple feature. Every single one of the other speakers that I have an automatic setting to power down if there's no activity within a certain amount of time. It might be 5 minutes, might be 10 minutes, might be 15 minutes. This has that, but it also has the ability to go into the settings and turn that off. So this will run indefinitely regardless of input. So what I mean is that this can be used, because it's got a screen, it can be used as a bedside table sort of, what would you call it, like an alarm clock, because it's got the screen and the time displays. But the good thing is it won't shut down on you if there's no audio being pumped through it, which is something that other speakers don't do. While I don't necessarily want the other speakers to be used as a bedside clock because they don't have screens on them, I would like to use my Bluetooth speaker because these things sound really good, and I'm getting to the sound on this one in a minute. But the sound on these things are really good these days, and they're really, like, as much as they are convenient to use Bluetooth out and about, I'd like to use these for like my desktop speakers, because I don't necessarily use loudspeakers all that often. I mainly use headphones, but when I do, just something like this would be perfect. But the problem with the other speakers is that they will turn, even if they are plugged into power, so they have a constant source of power, they will turn off if the speakers aren't getting any sound input. This one does not do that. You can keep this connected on indefinitely if you set it in the settings. You can set the time you want it to automatically shut down. You can set it to shut the screen down but stay on to conserve battery life. You can change all of those settings and it's fantastic. Now, just yesterday for battery life, I built my PC and it took me all day. Now, I finished the computer in a couple of hours and I had this playing music and displaying the time, and every hour it will display the weather. I was building my computer for about 2 or 3 hours, and then once I'd finished that, I moved into my office here, and then I was installing Windows and all the programs, and it was an all-day affair. I would dare say it went from about 9 a.m. till about 6 p.m. of me mucking around with getting things working and things like that. And this thing only chewed through half of the battery. So I would dare have a guess that you could probably run this thing straight, playing music or podcasts or whatever, for probably a good 24 hours, maybe even more. Yeah, probably 24 hours, I would guess. I'm not willing to test that because I don't want sound running on this thing all day and all night. But yeah, and it held up. It stayed on all day, no dramas with power. But the thing is as well, if I stopped for lunch and stopped the music, it didn't automatically turn off. I didn't have to come back, turn it back on, pair it up again or anything like that. It was still ready to go. I pressed play on my phone and it kicked off again because I've turned that feature off. It stays on indefinitely. I love it. It is fantastic. All right, without further ado, let's get on and let's have a listen to how this thing sounds. All right, here's a pro tip for you. If you are using this as a bedside table clock, make sure if you get up in the morning before your significant other that you disconnect the audio from it, because I kind of got up this morning and went and made a coffee and went to start playing a video that somebody had sent me. I'm like, there's no sound. Oh God, there's no sound coming through. That's going on in the bedroom. Luckily it wasn't anything incriminating, but I may have woken my wife up. All right, let's go on. We are now paired. Let's find some YouTube friendly music and we'll have a listen. That's up all the way. Alright, let's that's the sound there. What did you guys think of that? Now I know it doesn't really, may not sort of come through on the microphone the same as it sounds in person, but I'm very impressed with it. It's got some pretty decent bass because it is like a hefty little thing. It's got a nice little chamber in there with a bit of a vent, a port on the back as well, which assists with the airflow and the sound out of these speakers. And I've been pretty impressed with these portable speakers lately. The engineering going into such a small design speaker is actually getting quite good. The sound quality out of this thing is fantastic. The battery life is amazing. The little gimmicky pixely screen, this is fantastic. I love it. I think it's great. Now the games, take them or leave them. I'm not going to play games on this thing. I can't even imagine a situation where I would want to. Maybe good for a little kid to keep them entertained if you've got children, but for me, no, not really interested in that. The whole thing I'm very happy with it. I will definitely be having this on my bedside table indefinitely now, and I'll just have it plugged in and it'll be pretty damn good. I like it. I think it's great. Now, with all that being said, I have to say that this thing here is not a must-have item. It is not something everybody has to have. But you know what? It's something that a lot of people will want to have. When I first heard about this product, I thought I need to have one of those. I never got around to getting one, and yeah, Divoom reached out, and as soon as they said, did you want to have a look at our new product, I jumped on it. I'm like, absolutely I do. I've been keen on these things for a while. So look, I mean, it is up to you whether you go ahead and get one of these, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. The connectivity has been great. I've had no issues with it, except for that bloody alarm that keeps going off. But I love this thing. It's good. It's so cool, so unique. Now there might be some people out there watching this video that might have some questions, comments or concerns, and there is a specific place just for you, and that is the comment section down below. Go ahead, type something in. If I can, I will reply. But while you're down there, don't forget there is also a like button and a subscribe button, so you can come back and check out more from the Aussie Gamers Experience YouTube channel. Also, don't forget we have a weekly podcast, which is every Sunday. We release about an hour and a half podcast all about video games and technology. So go ahead and check us out. There are links in the description down below for everything that I've talked about in this video, including Divoom, our podcast, and our website and Discord channel as well. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. My name is Lucas, and I'm from the Aussie Gamers Experience. And until next time, I will see ya!